So let me show you what I'm doing. Alright, so that's the width of my hinge. You can see the two outside cuts I made. And then I'm just running the saw up and down. And then I can, once I get several cuts next to each other, I can drag the saw back and forth and just chip out this interior wood. It takes a couple minutes, but it works alright. We'll clean that up. So I'm not going to bore you with that. We'll just come back when both of them are finished. Alright, so our executive director just showed up. And you know how I said a few minutes ago I made an executive decision on the hole opening size? It's not the right size.
Right.
So
It's like, what made you do it that size? Like, I guess when I look at it, it looks too small. When I see that drawn on
it looks like a peephole.
yeah, I see
What-
where
what-
you're going there.
Well, do you want it? Do you like that distance from the top to the top of the opening?
Yeah.
So you just want the hole larger?
Yeah.
So how much? Like this big?
Yeah. Probably. About like that.
So it's 12, 13, 14, 15, so let's go 18.
Let me see. Hang on.
9. 18 is right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, that's much better.
And 18. That's a big one.
Wait, okay. I don't know about that. Maybe it does need to go up high because it looks too low on
Yeah.
the end.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe push it up a touch. Like, I guess I think of it as you've got this curve right here. This is the curve of the door.
Yep.
So and so you have it. Is this the center? Like, you have it in the
This
center
is
of
the
that curve?
center.
Do you have it in the center of that curve though? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but
This hole is in the center of the gate. And this
Like,
curve is based on, so this pivot point is the same. I drew the arch with this nail, it was down a little bit further, and then I drew the circle with this nail, but it's on, the nail's on this same line, so it's centered on the gate
Gotcha.
width.
So I think you move it up a touch, not real high.
So what's a touch? That's an inch. That's 7.5. That's an inch and a half. That's 8.
Okay, stay right there for a second. Okay, so the bottom's still here. It still needs to come up a little bit more, I think. Like, I feel like the bottom, I actually like where the bottom is on that drawing that you have. I actually like where the bottom is because it's kind of still, I want it to be in line with that curve. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Alright, so this is the bottom of the curve right here.
Okay, I like that. And then, so if that was the bottom of the circle, if that was the bottom of the circle, then I think that would make it look.
So you want, if you move it up, that's the bottom of the circle. It's going to be at the top of it. This same hole opening is going to be right there.
But like I'm saying, it needs to be bigger, right?
Yeah, but not much, because then this is going to be too thin looking.
Yeah, I don't want it to be too thin looking.
So what are you saying? You want it? You want this 12? This is a 12-inch hole. You want to just move it up, or do you want?
So you're saying the circle can't be bigger than that?
Well, it can, but you don't. You're getting.
No, I mean, but I want it to start. I want it.
You
to
want
go
to circle
like,
right there.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I want
so
it to go like bigger, but touch
okay,
right there.
so
is that possible?
Nope. This is the bottom
Oh, that's the bottom.
of the arch.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
a
that's
12-inch circle.
So
So I just need to move the 12-inch. I need to move this up. You want the top of it right here, and you want the bottom of it to be in line with where the arch hits back on the straight.
Yep.
So that's a 12-inch circle.
Yeah, maybe moving it up will help the size of it.
The size of it stays the same.
No, the appearance of it. Like right there, it looks just too small.
Well, it's just supposed to be more of a little peephole, not a view everything.
I don't feel like.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up and 20 and 9/16.
I like what
20
you're saying. I mean, I agree
and
with the
9/16.
people. Like, I like that it's, it's a secret garden. So the whole point is to.
20 and 9/16. Let's just make sure that's still the center. 20 and 9/16. Okay, so you want the center right there.
Yep. I think it's important to keep the curves with the curves in my brain.
Yeah, we gotta have good curves.
Yes.
Keep your pencil 90 degrees. What did I say? That pencil. Keep your finger out of the string. And then remember to cut on the correct arch. So, not this one. Unless we want an oval. Not this one. I shouldn't even said that. Oval. We keep it circle. Simple. So, this one. This one. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're going with. We'll be back. Okay, so the first one's about finished. Fits in there pretty nice. You can see. I'm going to take a chisel, clean up a few of these little edges in here and make sure nothing's pushing anything up. So that's the first one finished. I'm going to come back and notch out this one an extra 1/4 inch for that, that thicker part to sit down into. I'll work on the second one, and it's the same process. Just run the saw up and down, and sometimes I fan. Once I get a bunch of cuts, I fan the saw blade back and forth this way instead of up and down, and it cleans out those the grooves a little bit quicker too. And using this cedar, it really chips it up pretty fast. So we're not going to bore you with all that. We'll come back and show you after both of them are cut out. Okay, so just so you can see what I'm doing with this circular saw. See how that sits in there? That's the same width. Well, that'll go right here. So I'm just running that saw up and down, and you could almost cut these out with a chisel. It's being so soft. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the circular saw and just kind of fan back and forth, and it'll chip all this stuff out. and leave a nice smooth bottom in there. Okay, so I got those cut out, cleaned up. You can see this part's a little bit deeper, so this extra, that bend will fit in just like that. See how that slides in, and I got the same thing down here. You can see how that's notched a little deeper at the front. So this side is pretty much finished for now. So I'm gonna set this one to the side. I've marked it with, you know, with the marks line up. When I take the clamps off, I'll stack it up. But then I know where to put it back, and I've also numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. That way I should be able to get it back pretty close. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the clamps off. I'm going to lay the first board from the opposite side down on this one, and I'll go ahead and mark the where I need to cut out for the hinges on that one based on the where it hits on this one and not necessarily the measurement. That way it should be pretty dead on. So we'll do that and come back to you in a minute.